Hi guys, so this tutorial is not going to be very long. This is the part 2 of the resin art right here. This is the holographic resin art. So we did the first few steps yesterday, then we let that cure overnight, and now we're about to do the second steps. So just to recap real quick what we did in the last tutorial. Mom, I'm live.
Are you already live?
Yes. Why?
Now tell everybody said you're dyslexic.
What did I say?
You didn't say anything. When we put name Laura out for that one order.
Did I put
L-U-A?
Oopsie. Okay. Sorry guys. So, oh, Eric, turn on the volume. So, yeah, just to recap what we did in yesterday's tutorial, I got holographic vinyl. We cut it out and placed it how we wanted on the canvas. Then we taped off the edges. We laid it on the table on top of cups, keeping it above the table. We put a trash bag underneath to catch any drips. And then I just went with different colors of resin, and just went along going in a specific pattern all over the canvas. And I did that with a white glitter, a silver glitter, and clear epoxy. So then, so let me show you guys how yesterday's turned out so far, because it is going to look a lot different after we add all the details. This is the one that we did in yesterday's tutorial so far. We still have to add the last few details. Oh, we also added the stones into the wet epoxy. Now they're on there pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys down and show you guys how to finish this. This is going to be a pretty quick tutorial, just to show you guys how I did the lines. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I have a bunch of these paint markers. You can get these off of Amazon, out of Walmart. Honestly, I prefer these ones off of Amazon. They're called, this one's called an acrylic painter. It's just a white acrylic marker. And then these ones you can get on Amazon or off of, out of Walmart.
These ones are, no, so silver ones are good, so white ones are.
Okay. So this is another marker that I'll be using, the painter's marker. It says opaque paint marker, medium, and then it's a metallic silver. So with these markers, you have to shake them up really, really good. And then usually I have just like a spare piece of paper sitting around me. Hold on, I have an old order sheet. And I just like to dab a little bit on the paper until you see a dot, and then you know it's usable. So now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace, do you guys see this line right here from the edge of the vinyl? I want to cover that up. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go with this marker, and I'm just going to go along that line to cover it up so that people can't see the edge of the vinyl. So I'm just going along, making the line so you can't see the edge of the vinyl. Alright, that's the first line we have. Then I'm going to go and do the same thing up here. I'm literally just tracing on the line. Eric, if you see any comments or questions?
No comments yet.
Okay, yeah, just let me know. Can you guys see that pretty well, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yep, so I'm just going over that line. There we go. All right. So now that I have those lines covered, I already have this part covered from this side of the vinyl and this side of the vinyl, so I don't have to put lines there. So now I'm just going to add decorative lines. So like, where do I want the lines to be? I think I want to make a line along right here between the white and the silver. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just kind of following the line that's already there. Can you guys see that? Now there's a line right there. I'll probably do one right here to break up all of this white because there's a pretty big section of white. So when I'm doing these lines, I don't want them to be perfectly straight, but I don't want them to be too curvy and jagged either. So I'm going to kind of just like loosely like, and I'm still going with the grain, sort of, is that the right word? The grain of my design. I want to go like with the flow of the geode. So I'm just going. There we go. And let's add one line up here. So I'm just going with the flow of the lines that are already there. All right, so far I like that. So now I'm gonna switch to white. I want white lines as well. So this is a brand new marker, so I'm going to just bounce it up and down on some paper and shake it until I can get all of the paint to go to the front of the marker. You can actually see it like going to the front. All right, and now I have the paint is coming out, so now I can make some white lines. So really quickly, I'm just going to reference to my other picture to see how I want the lines. So, yes, I try to keep the white lines close to the silver lines for contrast. So I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm going to kind of follow this line right here, but I want to stay in the silver so the white really pops. And I'm literally just following the line. There we go. Now I'm going to come up here and let me do a line right here. All right. Now let's do one more over here.
Do you want to do some veining?
I will. And maybe one up here. Actually, two up there. All right. Now I'm going to switch back to my silver, and I'm just going to add a few V's in my silver line. So like I'm kind of looking like I think I want a V right here. It's just a split off from my original line right there. And I'm going to add just a few more of those where I want it to split off. There we go. And I think I'll do one more down here. There. Now I'm going to switch back to my white marker, and what I like to do is in the larger V's, I want to kind of create another V inside of it like this. Usually I think that looks pretty nice. Can you guys see that actually on camera? Not very well, but there we go. So now you can see I have like a V inside of there. What else? I'm gonna do a white line over here. I think this looks like it needs a little something. And then I can add like a little V in here. And let's add one line over here. All right. Is there anything else you see, Mom, where you think it needs a line? All right, so this is the finished product. Actually, I lied. So all you're gonna do after this is you're just gonna slap on another coat of epoxy. Super easy. You just want to mix your epoxy, pour it onto the canvas, and take your fingers and just smooth it around and make sure it's like very smooth. We want to cover up all of these lines, all of the lines, so that the lines stay good.
Epoxy's uneven.
Yeah, and if there is any uneven spots on your epoxy, it'll make it smooth.
Yeah, it's very important to top coat it to give it a very smooth glass-like finish.
Yeah, so you want to put that top coat on it to make it look good again. So now you can see this is the finished product. Let me show you next to the original. They're pretty similar, just a little different right there. And you can see that's how I did it. So before I get off, are there any questions? Are there any questions? Let me just hold it so you guys can look at it. Yeah, so you can see like here, it didn't like fully cover here. So yeah, that's why you kind of want to go and add that second coat of epoxy to seal everything in there and make everything look glass-like and really pretty. So that's why we do that. Eric, are there any more questions?
Nope, no questions.
All right, well, I think that's everything. If we don't have any more questions, and I'll see you another time. Bye. Whoa, why did it switch?